Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today is Wednesday, December 16th, 2009. Hope you all are having a great day. Just going to get right into it. If this is your first time watching this video, you're going to want to click on the link right above it that says, if this is your first time visiting this blog, read this first. Click on that link and it's going to give you the rules to the system. Learn it and digest it. That way you know what these videos are all about, because otherwise you're going to be pretty confused and it'll be a big waste of time. So go ahead and read that and then come back, and I promise you these videos will be a lot more valuable to you. So disclaimer out of the way, let's just get right into it. I have opened my 15-minute chart and my 4-hour chart for the cable. I'm going to open up my 4-hour chart first, and I'll move it back to before midnight so you can see what it looked like. Again, we are seeing a lot of range-bound movement. You can see just in the past few days a lot of different trend change candles. So at the start of our day, you can see the most recent trend change candle was for a downtrend. This occurred yesterday during our session, and so we haven't had any new trend change candles, although it's been ranging pretty flat there. But nevertheless, you still go by the most recent trend change candle, which in this case was for a downtrend. So at the start of our day, we're looking for short trades only. Now let me move my chart forward, and you can see that the very first candle in our session, this is the 3 a.m. candle, creates a new trend change candle. RSI is above 50 and stochastics have crossed up. This is a valid trend change candle. Now the trend changes, but it only changes at the close of this candle, and this candle closes at 7 a.m. Eastern time. So until 7 a.m., from midnight to 7 a.m., we were looking for short trades, and after 7 a.m. Eastern time, then we are looking for long trades, and the rest of the day you could see it remained up. Okay? So that's the trend. Again, a lot of ranging. Once again, we have another trend change candle in the middle of our session. Very dangerous times to trade, but it happens in the market. You just got to be careful, and that's why we have systems like these to help us through these rough ranging periods. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my 15-minute chart and move this back to before midnight. But before I start trading, as always, I'm going to open my news. And you can just go to babypips.com, click on the Tools tab. It's going to pull the news events up for the day. Just make sure this time zone drop bar is on the correct time zone that you're in. Otherwise, you're going to have the wrong time, and that's really going to mess you up. So I'm on Eastern time, so I'm looking for news that affects the sterling or the dollar, because that's the currency pair we're trading. And you can see off the top of the chart here, 4:30 a.m. we have a whole slew of reports for the sterling. So you want to jot that time down, 4:30. 7 a.m. these aren't really important. I know they're listed there, but again, not really important. 8:30 we do have a bunch of U.S. reports. Again, CPI, housing starts, the current account balance. So you want to jot that down. And then if we scroll down, let's see if we have any others. Nope, that's it for the day. So 4:30 and 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, those are really the only news events to watch out for. So really all you got to do is write that down on a notepad or set an alert or an alarm so that you know when those news events are coming out, because you don't want to be in the market during those times. And we'll get to that in a little bit, and you'll see how that plays a factor into our trading. All right, so now that I have my news events ready, I know that at this point I'm only looking for short trades. I can begin my trading day. So I'm going to move my chart forward one candle at a time to simulate a trading day, and hopefully you can see what I'm thinking during the day, and hopefully you can start thinking like I think when it comes to the trading system, because you don't want to think how I think when it comes to other stuff, because I am pretty dumb. So that wouldn't be a good thing. But let's start the charts and let's get moving. Starting the day off, remember we're looking for short trades only. Okay, we get a nice crossover to the upside there. Remember, the thing that's going to raise the red flag is a crossover to the downside. That's really going to get my attention going. And so far, nothing. And here we do get a crossover. This is at 3:30. RSI is below 50. Stochastics trending down. MACD has gone from positive to negative. Now here's the clincher. This candle opened at 3:30, which means it closes at 3:45. We know we have news coming out at 4:30, which only gives our trade about 45 minutes to marinate. And that is pretty aggressive if you're going to take that trade. If you are aggressive, you can take it. But again, if you're conservative, especially during times like this when the market has been ranging, that's why it's important to factor in everything. Then you're not going to want to take this trade because it's so close to a news event. Now, I know some of you probably took this. And that's okay. This is a valid signal. But again, to be a really good trader, you have to factor everything that's going on. And although we are trading a system, you have to look at the big picture. The big picture is that on the 4-hour chart, we're seeing a lot of range-bound movement, which means we're going to want to play it a little safer at this time, just because we know the market has been moving up and down, up and down, up and down, and that can be very dangerous. So personally, I did not take this trade because, one, it is only 45 minutes to our news event. And if I was aggressive, if the market was trending really nice, then I probably would have entered this. But because we've been seeing such a big range movement, and we're seeing all these trend change candles in the middle of all our sessions, then I'm not going to want to take this trade. It's leaving me a little more conservative at this point. And hopefully the more you trade it, the more you'll kind of get that same kind of sixth sense to know that, okay, maybe I should play it a little safer here, or maybe I could be a little more aggressive because the market's trending. So at this point, I'm playing it safe, playing it conservative, and I'm not taking this trade, okay? So I'm sitting out, and in hindsight, it looks great, but in actuality, this actually saved me some nice pips here, because you can see the market did continue to range. But if you did take this trade, here's the 415 candle. Your stop isn't quite hit, so you'd want to go ahead and exit there before the 430. You'd still be negative, but you wouldn't have lost all what you would have if you gotten stopped out. So you saved a few pips there. Here's a 430 candle, and you can see that it continues to move up, and now we're seeing the price start to skyrocket. Again, I'm not really convinced that this is a new uptrend because we've been seeing so many trend changes. So this might last a day or two. We'll have to see until tomorrow. And let me just move back. This is 7 a.m. 6:45. This closes at 7. So at this point, if I look at my 4-hour chart, now I can see that the 4-hour candle, the trend change candle, has closed. Now my trend has changed from down to up. So after this point, I can begin to look for long trades. But you can see we're already in a big uptrend, so I'd have to wait to see a retracement first before I can even get a chance to re-enter this uptrend. Okay, and it's 11:30, 11:45. And there's 12 p.m. So that's the end of the trading session. So I had no trades today. You may have had that one loss, but again, remember to factor everything in. The system is great. It's a great guideline. You want to follow it, but also always keep in mind what's going on in the big picture, and that'll really help you in the long run. Okay, so I played it a little safe today, and luckily this time it worked out for me. But sometimes I might miss out and could be reversed, but this time it just happened to work out. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I know this is a pretty in-depth video update, but don't be shy. This is for everybody to ask questions. So ask in the blog or ask in the forums, and I'm sure somebody will help you out. And thank you again for everybody that does help out. I appreciate that, and it won't be in vain, because the more you give, the more you receive in return. So thank you for that. Alright, so that's it for today's update, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cowabunga, dudes.